All right, Coach Woods back here with video number 2. I apologize, my head was cut off for the last one, but I'm way more focused on you looking at the whiteboard. So we had 23. Our next defense is 32. So this is more of a run defense. Right? 3 means we're going to have 3 short zones, and 2 means now we have 2 deep zones. So we're going to line up the same. All right, 7 yards off, corner, monster. Get a monster in the middle. Corner has a receiver now. He's outside shade. Monster, right, is in the middle. Our corner, all right, his number 1 receiver is really short. He's a running back. So he doesn't be way out here. So if our corner has a tight end or a running back, he's going to be about 3 or 4 yards outside of him, 7 yards back. Now we have an extra zone here. So our monster on the read step, instead of backpedaling, he's just going to hop like, now he's like a linebacker. He's a run defender first instead of a pass defender. All right, he's going to hop up, and if it's a pass play, he's got this zone, and he's already deep. He just needs to hang out here and keep his head on a swivel and look for people coming in and out of his zone. All right, feet moving, chopping. You can creep up a little bit maybe, depending on where the first down is. All right, corners or pass defenders first. They're going to do their little read shuffle, read step. If it's pass, then they're going to speed shuffle so you can be the deepest man in your zone. Okay? Now, linebackers, 32, you know the monster is going to help you. He's in the middle. What we'll say is he'll say, money, money, money. And that just lets them know that they got help. They don't have to worry about this middle part of the zone. They get their little hop read step, and they get a pass read, and they can kind of back shuffle and focus more on the outside part of that flat. All right, again, we call this the flats, these outside zones. All right, they have the flats, and they're going to backpedal on an angle, kind of back shuffle more like it. And then we have all our zones covered. So we have 3 short zones, 2 deep zones. And again, zone defense. If someone comes into your zone, up now cornerback, you see he's in my zone, I gotta stay deeper than him. All right? This guy could do this. Now that linebacker picks him up, and the corner lets him go. And if he lets him go, he's gonna look for somebody else. This center, he could run a flag, and he could come into your zone. All right, this running back could run a real route. So you got to keep your head on a swivel and look at the football and look at guys coming into your zone. Okay? This running back could go out to this flat, or he could wheel up and end up in his zone. So you got to have the discipline, not just running around. You're not covering a man. You're going to stay in your zone. All right, now we have a couple more. Also here, 32 missile. We could say 22 missile. 22 missile. 22 would mean we have 2 deep and 2 short zones. Missile means that our monster is going to be a blitzer, right? Missile's like fast, torpedo, let's go. So he's going to blitz. You cannot blitz until the ball's snapped. You're going to go full go, all right? And if the quarterback's right-handed, if he drops back to pass, we want to go to his right arm, his right side. We have to avoid the center. We cannot run into the center. We want to try to get him to scramble and throw the ball in his left side, his weaker side, because it's harder to do. We can also do 22 missile spy. Spy means you're going to come like you're going to blitz, and then you don't cross the line of scrimmage. All right, you spy the quarterback running. All right, some of these quarterbacks are really good at scrambling and can run all over the place, and it's not a good defense. Sometimes we want to fake the blitz, stop, and we can just, if he decides to run, you can just go get him. All right, another thing, if you're going to blitz guys and he does a handoff to this running back to the left, if you're blitzing, don't just keep blitzing and run yourself out of the play. We call it an abort, like you abort a mission. All right, so you're going to abort and then you're going to come and make the play instead of continuing to blitz. All right, we have a couple other blitzes. Let's start with this one, 22 laser. Laser means that the left corner, so right of the offense, but the left of the defense, that left corner, he would blitz. All right, again, trying to get him to turn that way. Now, our linebackers have their 2 under zones, right? Just like before. All right, 23. All right, this corner has his back half. Now, this corner left his half, and it's vacant. We can't let that happen because we could have somebody run a go route and throw it in time and hit it over there. So a monster is going to become a half player. That means in the snap of the ball, as soon as he runs, he's going to shuffle as fast as he can, backpedal with speed if he has to, if you see this guy releasing, then you have to turn and run, because this monster, you got to be the deepest person in your zone. Same thing on the right, we could do rocket, which would mean the right corner will blitz. Now, I also drew up a different trips. If we see trips, we have to make an adjustment because they got more guys on the side. Our adjustment would be to take our linebackers who are normally here, and we're going to say bump. Bump left, bump left. Twins, trips left, bump left. He's going to bump, and he's going to go over the middle receiver. Wherever the middle receiver is, he's over him. And he kind of slides his zone over, right? This linebacker is going to bump, and he's going to be right over the center. All right, so our zones are kind of shifted a little bit. All right, this guy's got this zone. This guy's got this zone. Okay, so that would be our adjustment to that. Again, corner, if you have a tight receiver, our receiver, number one receiver would be the center, right? He's the closest receiver to you. We call it number one. Number one receiver is the receiver closest to you. So you want to be 3 to 4 yards off, 7 yards back. All right, again, monster, you rocket, you know you're going to roll to the right. You're going to roll, you're going to backpedal with speed to run if you have to, right? Just in case, right? This guy runs a flag route or a seam route, you can play that deep ball. It'll be fun. All right, that's our defense.